A little while ago, Amber said she's been hearing from people talking about The Fever, that this is the best movie they've watched
Oh, no.
all year because of everything that happened, and you're in the middle of it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, can you see what they were talking about, and how do you feel about a comment about that?
Yeah, I think what happened to us this season, you don't see in the span of someone's whole career, yet alone one season. And so for us, I think we're all pretty exhausted, to be honest. It's season just ended, but when you this season was amazing in so many ways. The love in the locker room, the way the fans embraced us, people from all over the world reaching out to us. It was truly awesome and inspiring, but it was also a season from hell, and hopefully this never happens again, because I think we are exhausted, when it's blow after blow, a whole bunch of other things going on, it's exhausting. And so for us to kind of be able to finally take a deep breath and know no one else is going to get injured is a huge break for us.
Sophie, you said after Game 5, I got a lot on my mind.
Oh, boy.
In what direction was your mind racing at that juncture?
I mean, everywhere. And I'm going to be good today. I am, because I'm just tired of our league. They need to step up and be better. Our leadership from top to bottom needs to be held accountable. I think that there are a lot of people in the position of powers in the WNBA who they might be really great business people, but they don't know about basketball. And that's got to change. I said I was going to be good, and I just messed up. But I do. I think everyone's frustrated when NBA players from that side of things are reaching out to us, just like in awe of how terrible it is. Like, that's saying something. That is absolutely saying something when your counterpart is feeling bad for us because of how we're getting treated. I mean, come on. And that's from leadership. That's from I'll just leave it there. From our leadership, it's just bad. When fans and players, especially players, when we're competing at the highest level and it's like a battlefield out there, when we're agreeing on the court because of how awful the officials are, like that's saying something. Like, listen to us. We're not going to come for your heads, but I think there is room for improvement to change the criteria when the whole league is asking for it. But when the leadership isn't doing anything about it, why? Why? And so I think there's just frustration. The game's not fun to watch because everyone's just trying to kill each other, because that's how you're going to survive. Otherwise, you get injured. I don't know. It just sucks. Our game is changing, and yeah, we want it to be physical, but at the same time, like, you still want to watch good basketball. And when they can't get that under control, it's not fun.
Tony?
I don't want to keep you off your good streak, but you said anything about basketball. Is there anything to that beyond officiating to you, or is that mostly?
Say what? I'm sorry? You
said that business people but don't know anything about basketball. Is
Yeah.
that a critique beyond officiating, or is that most of where that?
No,
is
I think it's officiating for sure. I think that there's room for improvement there when people are reaching, why is that a foul, or why is that not upgraded, or why is it not a foul? Well, the criteria says, the criteria needs to change, clearly. And I think that's kind of where, people are in position to change that, but they don't know basketball. Like, yeah, you've been around the game, but you haven't played. And, maybe that's on us players that after we're done, maybe we try to move into those positions so we can make the next generation better, so we can improve the game even when we're done. I don't know what that looks like, but I know that definitely needs to change. I think there's so much else, especially when it comes to the CBA, that our leadership on that side is just very poor, very, very poor. And I think you guys, Nafisa hit it right on the head. I don't think I really need to go into detail, but that's just coming from one player, and that's probably 1% of what she knows, right? So just imagine what the whole league really knows what's going on behind the scenes.
Hard pivot, but where are you at health-wise? Do you expect you'll
Really
be
good.
Do you think you'll be ready to go at any point this offseason or by the start of next?
Oh, hell yeah, man. On a real note, I'm feeling really good. I definitely have turned a corner in my rehab. Feeling really good. And honestly, mentally, I'm doing well too. It is exhausting. You're just can't do anything physically when the games are going on except for encouraging and motivating and feeding confidence into your team. I'm just so proud of us for the continued fight. Honestly, the rehab room has been pretty fun because it's packed in there. So I'm glad I don't have to do that alone. But I'll be able to, really kind of get going in January. So it could have been a lot worse. So I'm thankful that it was just my MCL. But my rehab, I just had my doctor's appointment and I'm progressing quite quickly. And so I'm really happy about that. But I'm so bad at being patient, so I'm ready to kind of get going.
We're gonna go Chloe then, to Alexa.
Yeah, kind of when it comes to getting going, you posted after Game 5.
I knew you were going to say that.
That, we're coming for everyone next season. Is it
Yep.
your hope that you stay in Indiana and come back?
I have loved being here. And I don't think that's news to anybody. I think that just being back in the Midwest and being around girls who you truly do love, like I've been in the league for 7 years and I've never been a part of a team like this. And so when you've been through this type of season together, when you're invested in each other's lives outside of basketball, of course you want to come back. I'm definitely going to be entertaining other teams, other offers. But my hope is, that I've had a great time here and I would like to continue that. But I also think with the new CBA, there's a lot on the line. And so I might be blonde, but I can't just not look at other opportunities.
Alexa?
I'm gonna have to pivot back if you don't mind.
It's totally fine.
Kind of on the note of the CBA, how much are you aware of where things stand with talks and kind of what's your kind of impression of where things stand now? And then I have a follow-up if.
Yeah, we have a big call this afternoon, and I think that's going to give all of us players a much-needed update. I have kind of just been locked in on getting healthy, to be honest, and making sure our team is where they need it to be. And so I've kind of pushed that off to the side. I think a lot of us have kind of at this point of season. But now that season's done, it's time to lock in on that. And I do know that the league came back and really gave us nothing. And so, there's a potential lockout because I promise you that we are not going to play until they give us what we deserve. And that's kind of where it's headed, unfortunately, which would be the dumbest basketball decision business-wise ever, considering the momentum the W has right now.
Is that a call just with all players or?
Yeah.
Okay. Kind of second question, Saul, you comment specifically on the allegations of what Kathy said about Caitlin.
Yeah.
Didn't know if you wanted to expand on that or.
I think
Is that enough?
it was pretty self-explanatory. Not really a fan of our leadership in the W. I just think they're failing us as a league, definitely failing us as players. Everything Nafisa said, we all feel that way, and we're all going to back her. And I think it's pretty strong coming from her. I think a lot of us have been saying that, but when it comes from someone to that caliber of a player, that we're being serious. And so my comment on that, I think it's pretty shameful that she always makes it about her, Kathy, when it should have nothing to do with her.
We'll go Lou, then Elliot. Thank you. Okay. Elliot, then Lou.
Hey, Sophie.
Hi.
I guess not being on the floor was tough. What did you enjoy the most about being in the sideline with the coaches, Chloe, Caitlin?
Yeah, like sideline when I was hurt?
Yeah.
Oh, we had a great time over there. I think that we caused some ruckus over there, which was needed at times, probably not needed the majority of the time. But I think that's what makes this team so fun is that regardless of what we're going through, if it's injury, if it's personal stuff, that we always are just there for the betterment of the team. And I know you guys have heard us say multiple times, it's standard over feeling, it's we over me, but that's what's made it so fun is because we truly all kind of went 2 feet in with that. And sometimes that's what you need. When you're having a bad day of rehab or you got stuff going on, you just need your teammates to kind of lift you up. And so that's kind of what the bench mob was all about. We had a lot of fun. Of course, all of us hate being injured. Like, it just sucks being able to not do anything to help the team. But how freaking awesome that we got to be front row seats to watching girls that maybe no one knew about coming from overseas, picking up players that took on 5 Olympians, took them over, took them into overtime, and maybe if some calls went the other way, we could be in the finals right now. And so I'm just so proud of our team. It was a hell of a season, and it was quite fun being on the sideline, even though I gave the doctors a heart attack pretty much every time I jumped up and was cheering. So it was good.
Lou?
You're good now? Okay. Anything else? I'll go to John, and that's probably the last one we have.
Yeah, and just basketball-wise, you finished with the highest three-point shooting percentage of your career. And I know it was kind of up and down along the way, but just
Yeah.
how did you feel like you evolved over the course of this season?
Yeah, I think my story this season is, coming into training camp, I was in the best shape I've ever been in. I was shooting the out of it, training, to be honest. And then preseason game, when I hurt my ankle, that kind of set me back a little bit. And when I really looked at it, and I was actually talking to the docs about this the other day, like it really kind of, even when I was playing, it took me a little bit to feel like myself. That ankle injury, you can come back fast from it, but it takes a while to kind of get back in your groove. And so I definitely think that when I came back, I wasn't myself yet, but when I really was healthy this season, I think I played pretty well, and I did what I was supposed to do. I'm a shooter, and so when you have people around you who are going to get you the ball when you're open, and all you have to do is make your shot, I think it was pretty fun, to be honest. But then it got injured, and so my mindset truly is to get healthy. And this off season is going to be probably one of my best ones. I'm just so excited. I'm so motivated. I had a hell of a time when I was out on the court playing with these girls. And so I really don't know truly what the future holds. I don't know if I'm going to be back here, but I do know that my time here so far was pretty fun. So
All right. Thank you, Sophie.
thanks, guys. That was pretty good, huh?
Thank you.